The Black Snail. In winter, the sea is cold, and more when the wind blows. Mom doesn't let me go in alone, especially when she's cold, because she's afraid that I'll get sick. Before, I used to mess with Dad, but since he left, I only get involved when she's there or when Julian is there. We have a house that we always come to, but Mom doesn't want us to say anything to the neighbors because someone might break in and rob us. Yesterday, she bought me a red friction car that I use on the beach. I have another one that is green. I like to move them away so that later they crash on top of the stones. I don't go to the highest ones, but I stay in the low ones because Mom is afraid that I can fall and break my head. Sometimes I go for a run with my brother and come back sweaty. Mom yells at me, "Look how you are, all sweaty. You need to change." What Julian and I like to do the most are wells on the beach. Julian makes the wells and I go to the sea and fill them with water. Sometimes they are so big that we can feed both. When there are other boys, we compete to see who makes the biggest. The loser is obliged to fill the other's wells. But today the beach is empty. There are no people, no dogs, no umbrellas or churros. There are unlit cigarettes and little pieces of paper in the sand. Why don't they throw them somewhere else? Mom is at home because Julian has a fever. She says he got sick from going to sleep with a bad head. For me, he got sick because he did. Every so often she goes to the door and she yells at me, "Luis, don't stay so far away. Stay close to the house." Then she puts out her cigarette against the stone floor and goes back inside. While she sees me, I get closer, because it's easier that way. But I like to go to play further, near the high stones, because the sand there has no rubbish. I already told Julian before to go to the stones, but he tells me that we better not, that we better not make Mom angry. Since Dad left, she's lonely and angry about everything. Today the beach is empty, so I run to the high stones. My heart makes me thump, thump, thump in my chest. I see a short man with a beard and a hat sitting on the stones. He looks like he's writing something with a twig on the sand. He has an old black coat, like the one Dad wore on rainy days. Now the coat is always hanging in a closet, and it has a funny smell. "Hi," he says to me from afar, leaving the branch on the sand. "Excuse me, sir, I can't talk to you, because at home my mom won't let me talk to strangers." "And what does your dad say about it?" "My dad doesn't say anything, because he's been lost at sea for a long time." "Oh, but that's not a problem," he says with a smile, as he crouches down and catches up with me. "If your dad got lost at sea, we can find him together. Don't you know who I am?" I shake my head. "I am the owner of the sea. If you want, I can sell it to you. Once it's yours, you can go and find your dad." I think that I would like to see my dad again. He was always good to me, to Julian and to Mom. He sometimes took us fishing. Other times, we ate caramel apples and cotton candy at the zoo. When he came from work, after several months, he would bring us toys, like win-up bunnies or remote-controlled cars. "How much does the sea cost?" "6 snails. If you bring them to me, I'll sell it to you." I look towards the sea and I see it large. Where will that be now? Mom said that one day he sailed the ship, and that he never came back. Maybe they didn't look for him well. I will find him. When I wide the sea, the first thing I'm going to do is heat it up a little and get water out of it, because it has a lot of it, so no one will ever lose his father again. I have to go to the water to find snails, to that part of where the sun is harder, and if you stay standing it seems as if the sea is taking you somewhere else. The first snail is white, with brown stripes. It's cute. I lift it up in the air, and the man makes a sign with the palm of his hand to tell me that there are 5 to go. I find 4 more and take them to him, because I'm already tired and I can't find the 6th one. He smiles at me when he sees them, and as he counts them, he puts them in his pocket. And the 6th? I found only 5. I look down and blush. If you can't find 6, I can't sell you the sea. But I like you, so I'm going to help you. The 6th snail is the black snail, the most beautiful snail that anyone has ever seen. When you put your ear to it, you hear all the sounds you want, not just the sea. Eagles too? Because I like eagles, especially eagles. And where is that snail? To find the black snail, you have to start walking from here in a straight line, where I'm pointing at you. When you see that the water covered your knees, keep walking. It means that you are close. But Mommy says I can't go into the sea. That's in you. Do you or do you not want to buy the sea? Because I know that I already have other boys that are interested, who have also brought me snails. Look, and he empties his pockets full of snails. Well, okay, I'll bring you your black snail, sir. I start to walk and feel the hard sand between my feet. I have to look down because there are pebbles and remains of things that I don't know what they are, but that I don't want to step on. I adjust the turquoise hats because the wind blows. I see the water nearby and take the first step. What is Julian doing now? The water is cold and my skin is crawling. He must be drawing pictures in the notebook. I hug myself and walk slowly, trying not to trip over any stone. It is increasingly difficult for me to walk, because the water rises and I have to go slower. I see the water on my knees and I can't stop shaking. My teeth collide and move on their own, so I try to force myself with my mouth, but I can't. At home, for sure, there is hot Nesquik and cookies. Maybe Julian is already playing little games. Mom was going to bake a cake today, I think. I want to come back. I look back and see the man who gestures for me to continue. I can't see well because of the wind, which gets into my eyes and makes me cry, but it seems that the man laughs. It is hard for me to listen. It is hard for me to listen because the waves crash into each other. Why did I come here? Why didn't I stay home? I see a big wave like I have never seen before. I start to back up, but the wave doesn't give me time and it knocks me over. I close my eyes and try to breathe, but the water gets into my mouth and into my eyes. I want to get up and grab something, but there is nothing. I manage to lift my head, but I sink again. Then I feel a tug, scream, and gulp down a lot of water. We are on the beach with Mom, who hugs me and cries, "Son, son, didn't I tell you not to go into the sea? You almost drowned." It's just that the man promised me that he was going to sell me the sea. What man? She says and looks everywhere. The man with the stones. There is a hat and many snails on the stones, all white. Footprints in the sand disappear into the sea.